Smart Car Cast. Yeah. Here you go.
Actually, I don't know if you wait. I don't know if I closed the door properly. Here. So the little tie-in thing that I was talking about was, I think, the very first Smart Car Cast that was just you and me was 2 years ago when we went to go see Suicide Squad, and it was also around your birthday as well.
Yes, I know. I remember Suicide Squad.
Yes, because it is your birthday. Tomorrow is your birthday. Yes.
Tomorrow is my birthday.
Yes, and
I
remembered yesterday. Yeah, and I feel really bad. I actually feel really bad about that. I apologize.
I'm so happy that I got yours.
I'm sorry.
Because last year when you told me, I put it in my phone so that I wouldn't forget.
Yeah.
And then my phone died.
Oh wait, didn't it?
I dropped it, and then the people at Sprint were like,
"Oh yeah,
you fucked it up."
That was that whole thing. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that story.
Yeah, that was. First of all, that was fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it was.
Second of all,
because you went, and then as they were fixing it, they broke it.
They broke it again.
Yeah, and then like they had to like send it somewhere.
They broke it more.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so. it's the 2-year anniversary of the Smart Car Cast, and I'm not gonna lie. Outside when you turned on your car, it made kind of a weird sound that I didn't know your car usually made. It's always full of surprises.
Not the good kind.
Yeah, sorry, that's my phone. But yeah, I haven't gotten you a gift, so if you want to send me like Amazon links, because that's essentially what I do now whenever someone's birthday comes up and I have to get them a gift. And this is something I wanted to say, but I might as well say it on the cast. Do you remember last week I said it was a friend's birthday? Yeah. Well, her actual birthday was 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
Her birthday dinner was last week, and I still have yet to get her something. And the thing is, it would be okay if I saw her like kind of the same amount that I see you, which is like kind of once a week, sometimes less, sometimes more. But like I literally see her like almost every day. Like whenever I go to UTD, she's like there studying too, and we hang out. So yeah. But yeah, I don't want you to think that it's just you that I'm with birthdays and gifts that I'm bad at.
Hold it in the middle so our volume is even.
Yes, my bad. It's universally everybody that I'm bad with birthdays and gifts. Yes.
Well, at least you're here.
Yeah.
There's another person who's not here.
Yes.
PP.
And he had things to do, so.
I know.
We all have things to do sometimes. Yeah. So we're gonna go see 8th grade.
And we could have seen it last week with the director, but someone didn't respond to me.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Someone didn't fucking respond to me,
and I feel bad.
To be fair, I didn't see the tickets until that morning, because I texted you earlier in the week. I was like, hey, do you guys want to go see 8th grade?
Yeah.
And then you just didn't respond.
I was just kind of being... Well, the thing is, I was going to wait for Brett to respond first. And then, like, 2 days... Because I knew the birthday thing was on Saturday.
Yeah.
And again, I see her every day, so I really didn't want to like disappoint her. Yeah. And then I was gonna wait for Brett to respond first, and then like Brett just didn't say anything because he was in Cancun, or he was in
Mexico.
He was in Mexico, somewhere in Mexico. I think it was Cancun. But anyways, yeah. So I waited for Brett to text first, and then he never did. And then you texted me directly, and I was just like, oh, well, I guess I got to deal with it now. Yeah.
Oh, I know why. Because group messaging didn't work for him. He responded the same day. Just group messaging, sending things back didn't work too well.
Oh, really?
So he sent it straight to me.
Oh, okay.
That's why I texted you directly.
Yeah.
And then you still didn't fucking respond.
Still didn't respond. And I feel bad about that, yeah.
We could have met Bo Burnham.
We could have met Bo Burnham, yeah.
But someone's a pee-pee head.
Yeah, that's on me.
Yeah,
I feel
no
bad.
shit,
and I apologize.
Sherlock.
I apologize. Yeah. Yeah. But I really had to go to the birthday thing, and I didn't want to, like, blow you off. But yeah.
Plus, see, and I would have gone to that. I would have bought a ticket to that one for myself.
But it's sold out.
No, but it was in Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to go to Dallas by myself.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Yeah. And they didn't announce that Bo Burnham was going to be there until Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They just had regular showings, and then they said Bo Burnham's going to be there, and then it sold out.
Yeah. Where did they announce it? Because I tried looking up online.
Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook? Oh, okay. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah. But do you remember how well do you remember 8th grade, or what are your feelings on your experience from 8th grade? I figured that's something we could talk about to tie in nicely to the theme of the movie.
Can't remember. I remember what? Yeah, I don't remember.
You don't remember anything from 8th grade?
I don't remember like the majority of 8th grade, man.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember the majority of middle school.
Why?
Because I don't know.
You repress the memories?
I don't know if it's I repress my memories or it's like, all right, honestly, one thing that I think it is at this point in my life with work is I am just so driven on that I do anything that is not related, I just kind of push out. I don't
Okay.
care for.
All right. Is there anything you remember from 8th grade?
I was a thirsty boy. I know that much.
Do you mean in terms of like
I wanted women.
you wanted women? Yeah.
Quote unquote women.
Yeah.
I did
yeah.
not get women.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. I remember like 8th grade being like my favorite year in middle school. Like I remember like 6th grade was really, really shit. 7th grade was slightly better, and then 8th grade was like really, really good for me.
Oh no, 8th grade was best.
Why?
I think this is why. Isn't that when we had a math class together?
Oh shit! Yeah.
In 8th grade.
It was it 8th? Yes, it was 8th grade. Yeah. I was gonna bring it up, but I didn't remember if it was 8th grade or 7th grade. And I think that is the origin of where quesadilla nasa pour some juice.
No,
came about.
that is from
7th grade.
That's from high school.
No, it was 8th grade. I'm telling you, it was 8th grade. You can't remember though.
Yeah, I can't.
You actually don't remember. No.
I thought it was high school because that was when you had a T-shirt made.
Yeah, no, I had a T-shirt made, but I think I got it junior year, and no, so the timeline of how it happened was it was 8th grade. You started calling me that. You just called me that one day out of the blue randomly in that math class that we had together, 8th grade, and then 9th grade we had another math class together, and you kept calling me that too, and we also had geography together with our one friend who I'm not gonna like. Do we want to name her? Or should we? Well, I mean, I don't want to. No one listens to this. With our friend Claire, who we also had, and then she jokingly said, "I'm gonna make you a shirt." And then for 2 years we bugged her about her making me a shirt that said quesadilla nasa pour some juice.
Yes.
And then finally in 11th grade she made it. Yeah. And I think I've worn that shirt like
Once.
3 times because I would wear it more, but she used like this kind of glue.
I remember the paint, like glitter glue.
Yeah, like
shit.
glitter glue shit that stuck up on the shirt, and she straight up said you can't wash it. So I was just like, shit, I can't wear it then. So I wore it like I think 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
Ever. And I think I still have it. I'm pretty sure I still have it.
Yeah.
It's in my closet somewhere. But yeah. Can you really not remember 8th grade?
Not too much, no.
Really?
Yeah. I do remember that so in our math class, we had a teacher.
Yes, we did.
Was she a bitch?
I mean, not to me, but I was also pretty good at math.
I was decent at math in in high school and shit. But what was her name?
Fuck if I remember.
Okay.
I know who you're talking about. I can visualize her face, but I don't.
Yeah, it had to be 8th grade because I remember who I had for the other 2 years. I remember my math teachers for 6th and 7th grade, but I don't remember 8th grade's name.
Yeah.
And she is the teacher who gave me my only ever detention.
Really?
Yes, I remember that now.
Wait, can I guess? What was it for?
I was talking to people.
You were talking to people. Yeah, I think that was also the year where you just called me a terrorist a bunch of times.
That was because that was the year Osama bin Laden died.
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2011.
Yeah, it was. Well, that was actually, I should thank you, because that was also the year that I actually didn't give a, it actually made me kind of numb to it.
You're welcome.
Like before, whenever someone would call me a terrorist or anything, I used to actually get really upset. But then you started doing that a bunch of times, I was just like, fuck you. But I mean in a joking kind of fuck you way.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I got along pretty well with all of my teachers. I personally probably wouldn't have thought any of my teachers were a bitch, but yeah.
She gave me my single detention for the entirety of high school and middle school.
Yeah. You only got one?
Only one.
Really?
Yep.
Well, you can't remember middle school very well, but you remember high school, right?
Most of it. Some marching band stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
And some other stuff. I think I can't.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think about it too often, so it just kind of fades away.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating to me, though. Yeah. Now I remember 9th grade, the middle school teacher that we had, the math teacher that we had, really didn't like it when we sat together, because
yes,
because we annoyed the shit out of her because we just kept talking.
And Zach,
yeah, I remember that. Zach Istis.
Yeah.
What a guy.
And Dragonvale.
You lost me.
There's no way you forgot Dragonvale.
What's Dragonvale?
That dumbass game where we took care of dragons on our phones.
Oh, I never played that.
Okay, you know.
I mean, I honestly never played that.
I
Yeah.
played Dragon Ball Hardcore.
Yeah, no, I can believe that, yeah. I remember it was all about Temple Run in 9th
Temple
grade.
Run too. Yeah.
Temple Run, yeah. But that's really, really interesting to me that you can't remember 8th grade.
Yeah.
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 Or you?
I don't care. Who cares?
Yeah. So how was your week?
Last week had a really big event for me.
Yeah?
So I went into my advisor.
Oh shit,
Finally.
okay. Alright.
I was like, hey, so school? And he's like, yes, school. And I said, what you think? And he's like, well, what you think? And I'm like, well, I don't like it. It's no good for me, and I'm not learning anything that is going towards my career. And he was like, okay, take a year off. And I'm like, seriously? He's like, yeah, I think it's good for you. Because he's like, you are doing what you want to do already. The only way to get to do what you want to do is by doing what you're already doing. So yeah, take a year off, and if you don't come back, that's okay too. And I'm like, thanks. So yeah, I'm not doing college this next year, and possibly
Really?
ever again.
I mean, you see, in my mind, I didn't want to say I was secretly hoping that this story would lead to you dropping out, but in the back of my mind, I was just like, oh, this is probably going to end in him dropping out of school.
Yep.
Or taking a year off, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, a lot of people do it. Like, I had a friend who just took you remember the guy who had his phone under the hood of my car?
Yes.
Yeah, he took a year, he took last semester off, and he's taking this coming semester off too. Like, it's a lot more people do it than people, like, it's much more common.
Yeah.
And honestly, you probably shouldn't have been in school.
No, see, here's the thing: is like a lot of people like, oh, you should stay in school, or some people,
Yeah.
like especially people my age, they're like,
And
oh, are you sure you want to do that?
And I'm also of that kind of mindset, but with you, like, you're the person that I would approve of it the most out of anyone else that I
See,
know.
here's what's funny:
Yeah.
is out of all the people that I talked to regarding me taking a year off from school, there are only 2 people who said, yeah, that's a good idea. Do you want to know who those 2 people were?
I mean, I'm assuming 3 now because I'm saying, yeah, that's a good idea
Well,
too.
yeah,
So 3. Okay, so who are the other 2? Yeah.
My academic advisor, obviously.
Sure,
And
yeah.
he's been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah.
So I think his opinion weighs more than most other people's, considering he's been an academic
Yeah,
advisor
he's been in
for 30 years.
Yeah, he knows it better. He knows how people like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Second person is my boss.
Okay, well, yeah.
Done. So
Yeah.
I don't care about anyone else's opinion. When I was like, oh, you should stay in school, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
These 2 people, no.
These
You
two-
don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Do you run a martial arts school? And they're like, no. I'm like, then shut the fuck up.
Well, for me, I thought you should have stayed in school, but for like the complete opposite reasons of like why you should actually stay in school.
Mhm.
Just because I feel like being in school and being able to go to college is like an absolute privilege that a lot of the people don't get to have.
Mhm.
And so I think anyone who's able to do it should do it. But obviously, you shouldn't invest that much time and money into something that's supposed to be helping your career if it's end up not going to help your career.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, so do you think you're ever going to go back?
That's for me to decide in 365 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congrats, I guess.
Yes.
Congrats.
Required,
Yeah.
I think.
Congratulations. Yeah. How did your mom feel about that?
Oh, you should go back to school. That's what she said.
Yeah. But that's also what like a mom is supposed to say.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like I said, the 2 people that have the most important opinions regarding this, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's
Both
true.
said
The
that's
guy,
a good idea. So.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, we're good. Wow, it is not clogged up tonight.
Just like yeah, it's not Brett's toilet.
Ha ha
Ha
ha.
ha ha.
Shut up.
Oh man.
How has your week been?
My week?
Yeah.
Pretty average, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly just been like I've been dealing with some drama with one of my friends
Mhm.
that I don't really want to get into.
That's fine.
But yeah, there's been that. But mainly it's just been like me going to lab, pretending to work on stuff, and then coming home and then repeating it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I also went to lab hungover this week.
Nice.
I drank Thursday night, and then I crashed at a friend's place, and and then that friend also works with me in the lab.
Mm-hmm.
So he just drove us both to lab, and I pretended to work, and I pretended to be sober.
Yeah.
And thankfully nobody noticed, but yeah.
Someone probably noticed.
Well, I
They
left.
just didn't say anything.
No, they definitely noticed because I was wearing the same clothes
Yeah.
from the lab day before, and I probably smelled like shit,
Mhm.
and I probably looked like shit.
Mm.
But I also left early, so if they didn't know while I was there, my friend definitely told everybody else. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But to be fair, it hasn't been the only time that A, I've showed up hungover, or B, anybody else has showed up hungover. Like my friend also showed up hungover, and the PhD student that runs the lab, he was in like a big fraternity when he was doing his undergrad.
Yeah.
And he was a physics major, and he probably still drinks a lot. So I would very much doubt it if he never came to lab hungover. So I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much how my week has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I since I decided to not do school,
Yeah.
and also I think it's funny because right after I walked out of the meeting with my advisor
Mhm.
regarding school, I listened to all of Kanye West's "The College Dropout," which I thought was very fitting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I've never listened to that album, but I've heard a lot
really
about
good
it.
Album.
Is it?
It's a really good album.
I might give it a listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, since then, and since I told my boss, every day I have been so the first class that we actually teach starts at 3:45.
Okay.
Usually, my boss wants us there at around 3 o'clock. That way, we're at least somewhat
You know, naturally.
in the mindset when we get there.
Yeah.
When class starts. Usually, I get there at around 2:30.
Okay.
This past week, I've been showing up at pretty much 1:30 every single day, and I have deep cleaned every surface in that studio almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dusted everything, cleaned the fans, and everything. Every day I give myself a job, do
Okay.
a job, and then, yeah.
And is that a direct result from you from you not taking a year off? Saying like, all right, I'm not going to go to school, so I'm literally going to give 100%.
Yes, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I've wanted to do for so long.
Yeah.
But school's a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you feel like relieved walking out of your
Yes.
advisor's office?
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Then that's a good sign. That's
I
a
walked
really
out,
good
I was
sign.
like, this is the best day ever.
Yeah. That's a good sign then. Yeah, that's a good
That's
sign.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I did this week was I actually finally rewatched Blade Runner 2049.
Seriously?
Yeah, I did.
When did you find the time?
Okay, I think okay, you're going to be very upset at me for doing this.
Uh-huh.
I started cuz I wanted to get like the full effect, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think it was, I don't remember what day it was. I want to say it was Tuesday night. It was Tuesday night. I think I started at 10:45.
Yep.
And the thing is, so my house is pretty thin walls, so whenever like there are loud noises in one part of the room, you can basically hear it in every room.
Yeah.
And you know, so not only is like, did I not want to wake up my parents, but my grandmother is also staying with us from Iran, so I didn't want to bother her too. And so for about 2 hours, I was like watching it, and then I felt so bad for being, because I watched it in my living room on like a big TV,
Yeah.
just because I wanted to get the full effect. So I stopped watching 2 hours in, and then resumed the next day and saw the next hour.
Nope.
Yeah, I know. That was a bad thing to do, but honestly, it was like, damn, it's a fucking good movie. Holy shit!
You don't know
it's
what
a
I
really
watched?
good movie. What?
I finally watched Seven Samurai.
Really?
That 3.5 hour long monster.
Shit.
Holy shit. First of all, amazing.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
That movie was awesome. Holy shit.
Is that another?
Kira, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Kira Kurosawa.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was some dope ass shit, man. That was good.
What else were you gonna say?
Also, I finished The Stand.
The Stand.
The Stand. That was my book for last month. 1,153 or 56 pages, I think.
Wow. Very nice.
And I read from 600 to the end in 1 week.
Oh shit.
Because it was the last
like
week
dedication.
of July. And the thing is the reason why I was so behind was because the move. Because moving,
Oh, yeah.
moving took
Okay,
away
yeah.
pretty much like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
of,
naturally.
like, reading.
Yeah. And then like the last thing you want to do at like the end of a long day of moving is like sit down and read. Yeah.
So yeah, I finished that book. and it was a good.
What was it about?
It's about a sickness that hits the United States and kills off a bunch of people, and then what happens with the people afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And now I'm reading Artemis.
Right, the Andy Weir
Yeah.
novel? Yeah. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to borrow it afterwards? After you finish Y the Last Man?
Yeah, sure. I'll finish after. I'll read it after Y the Last Man. Yeah, which I actually will. So there was. Okay, I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have told you this. I was reading Richard Feynman's autobiography.
No, you did not.
Okay, I didn't tell you that. So Richard Feynman was he was a Nobel Prize-winning physicist who also worked on the Manhattan Project.
Yes.
And he also led an amazing, incredible, outrageous life. And he's known as one of the smartest people and one of the most brilliant physicists of the 20th century, right? And anybody who, if you were to ask any physicist to list the top 10 most brilliant, influential physicists in history, 9 out of 10 of them would have Feynman on that list. And I had a friend who gave me the autobiography, I think, in the middle of the semester, or it might have been the end of the semester, and I just finished it up. And so that was kind of the reason why I was hesitant to start Y the Last Man, because I wanted to finish up Richard Feynman. But I will, you know what, I'm going to say this on the podcast so that it's in recording. I will finish Y the Last Man this week.
All 5 volumes?
No, just the first one that you gave me.
Oh, because I said...
Yeah, I know what you said.
You need to finish the whole thing
I know
before
what you
school
said.
starts. Because if you start school,
I know what
you're
you
not
said.
going to finish the whole thing.
Okay, well, if you... I know what I said. If you want to give me the second volume tonight, I promise you I will have them both done by next week.
How about this? I'll give you all 5.
Right now?
Yeah, well, after we get done with this, obviously. Not right
Yeah,
now.
tonight.
And then you finish them before school starts.
Okay. All right.
That way, if you do finish them before we meet up again, or if we don't meet up again next week, then you can read them.
Do you really think it's something that I would that once I get done with the first or second one, because naturally, the curve is here, and it's it's slow at first, and then it goes up a little bit, and then it skyrockets, like it did with Saga. Do you think that I would actually after reading the first or second one and finishing them by let's say Tuesday, that I would genuinely just want to read the other 3 nonstop?
Absolutely.
Really?
That's what I did. When I read it either over the course of 5 days. Yeah, I think it was the course of 5 days, because I read volume 1 and then I finished it, and I only had volume 1 at the time, and I went, shit. And then the next day I went to Madness and bought the rest of the series.
Really?
I actually read Saga and Y the Last Man in the same month.
Right, just in the same month.
Yeah,
okay.
I got volume 1 of Saga, volume 1 and 2 of Saga, I think, and then volume 1 of Y the Last Man. Read volume 1 and 2 of Saga, and I went, shit. Went, bought the rest of them, finished it, and then
you started Y the Last Man.
Y the Last Man, same thing.
Okay.
Shit, went and bought the rest.
Okay, yeah. Okay, because if it's anything like Saga, because with Saga, you gave them to me
a week at a time.
Yeah, and I could definitely feel that maybe within, I want to say the second or third, that I was just that I felt the same way. I was like, shit, I want to continue this.
Yeah. That's why I'll give you all 5.
And do you think that because with Saga it took the second or third one, do you think that after the first one,
well, because you have to think about this, is Y the Last Man, I'm giving you more complete editions.
Yeah.
So the ones that I gave you for Saga, you remember those, did you see those books that you and Brett got me for my birthday last year? The thick-ass Saga books?
Yeah.
What I'm giving you
it's
for Y the Last Man is
to
that Saga book.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
that's volume 1, 2, and half of 3 in one book.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot more story that you're gonna get.
That is true, yeah. I probably will feel that way, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna say this on the podcast, I will finish up the first 2 books and then give them to you by next week, yeah.
Okay, deal.
That's And I'm typically pretty good with when there's a set date, I'll read it. Because if you remember with Ready Player One, I had it for the longest time, and then I realized what the set date was that we were gonna go see the movie, and then I
yeah.
actually flew through it.
Yeah.
So if I set myself a set date, like now it's like the pressure is on. Joe is gonna be on my ass about it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go see 8th grade.
Yeah, you gotta turn that off.
You hit the stop button.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how to light it up.
Are you gonna say words?
We'll see you guys after the movie. That's what Brett says. There we go. I was supposed to wait until you turned on the engine, but I didn't. Wait, I feel like I didn't do that hard enough. That's what she said. We just saw 8th grade. Yeah. Do you want to? Is that your?
You can start.
I thought it was very brutally honest and accurate in what it was trying to do and what it was trying to depict. Obviously, the life of a 13, 14-year-old girl going through 8th grade, or the very end of 8th grade, the transition period between middle school and high school. It was so accurate to the point where it was just a massive cringe attack the entire way through.
Almost the whole movie.
Almost the whole movie. Every time she would say anything or do anything.
Not just she. Almost everyone.
Everybody. Every time anybody would do or say anything, it was just like oh God. And that's that's what it was trying to do. But and I think for that reason I'd have to. I mean, because massive cringe attack, but being very good at what it was trying to do. I think I'd have to give it like a 7. You know?
I thought we did letter grades now.
Oh, then a C. That gets like a C for me.
How the fuck?
What? How the fuck did that get a C from me?
No, I don't know.
What do you?
I don't even realize what I was trying to think about.
Okay, what were you trying to think about?
I think it was like, how does 7 equal C? But then I remember 7 equals C. So
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah. See, that's what happens when you drop out of school, kids. You forget what grades are.
Forget what grades are, yeah.
Because of all the kids that are listening to this.
Yeah. All the young impressionable children.
See, it's a real good thing that we have these videos, so we remember what we were like when we were in college, Casey.
Oh God. Oh
Quote
shit.
unquote good thing.
Oh shit. Although if you think about it, we are more of the person
That
now
we're going to be,
than we would have been.
Well, I fucking hope so.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You probably, yeah. You're definitely gonna be like the same person. I feel like you're already so much you that no amount of any external force could change that, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Do you have anything you want to say about 8th grade before we get into spoilers?
I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that movie. Because I don't know if I love it or if I hate it.
Okay.
Because, like, the thing is...
I mean, you have to admit it was effective in what it was trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Like...
But see, the thing is... there's one thing that I do want to get into spoilers.
Okay.
Jesus, fuck you, man. But, that dude crossed 3 lanes and still almost hit us.
Yeah.
But, what was it? Yeah, I don't know. I was never a teenage girl, so I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I relate to this movie or not.
That is true. That's one thing that being a dude does to you when you're watching this movie. Fuck that, I messed that up.
I think
it's hard to relate. It's hard for us to relate.
I think that this movie is like Lady Bird minus
the good parts.
Yeah.
Lady Bird minus the good parts.
Yeah. I have no letter grade for this because I seriously died.
What did you think about Bo Burnham's first movie?
Oh. Well, I think
it's Bo. You think what?
I've never knew. I've heard about Bo Burnham.
Really?
Never watched anything by him.
Really?
Ever.
I'm actually a really big fan of his, which I actually really like Bo Burnham. I've only seen I saw both of his comedy specials. Yeah.
Because, the only thing I've seen from him is I saw him on like an interview something in this past week because he was obviously wanting to get some press out about his movie so people would go see it.
Sure.
And what happened was he was like, well, I found out that I was related to, or a bunch of 13-year-old girls related to me. And
Yeah.
when you said I was a big fan, I'm like, that makes sense, Casey, because
Okay,
you
yeah,
like
okay.
Glee.
Okay,
so you were
fuck
a
off.
13-year-old girl.
Fuck off. All right. Fuck off.
I vividly remember
Dick.
you liking Glee.
Fuck off. All right. I was a different person.
Yeah.
That was a different time in my life.
Yeah.
God. Oh God. All right. Never mind. 8th grade was bad for me too. I
Yeah.
take back what I said. 8th grade was bad for me. Oh shit. Oh, I almost forgot that I liked Glee.
Oh, I won't.
shit.
Don't worry, Casey.
Fuck off,
Got you
dick.
covered.
God. Do we want to get into spoilers?
Sure.
Spoilers in 3.
Do you believe in God? That was the one line that made me
No,
laugh
you
my ass off.
you said like the guy said, "Do you believe in God?" And then you fucking lost
I fucking lost
You
it.
died, and then
That
the
is
other.
some funny shit.
There was a couple on the other side of you that were like dying at your reaction.
Yeah,
At how
because
you
that is
reacted.
some funny shit. That is goddamn hilarious.
Oh shit.
Because that is one thing I do remember about 8th grade, just sitting there being like, what do I talk about?
Do you believe in God?
Do you believe in God? And then, oh God, that was
Oh.
fucking so funny.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh, that was all. That whole dinner. That whole dinner scene made you die. That
Yeah,
whole
because
dinner-
out of every character, he's the one I related to most. Just the weird kid, just being like, look,
who doesn't know how to talk.
look at this. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh Jesus. Hey,
Hey,
but
in some ways, I still am that weird kid who doesn't know how to talk.
and the whole thing where he's like, oh no, this is stupid. Like you don't want to see this. It's just like, what is it? It's like, oh, do you want it? Oh no, you don't
It's
want
my
to see
big
it.
dick.
It's
That's what it is, bitch. Look at this.
It's my sharpshooter certificate.
Yeah.
Because I got 5 bullseyes in a day,
Bitch.
biatch.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
man. And the whole thing where she was like in the backseat of the car and the dude like
Nope.
tried to take his
I
shit off.
nope the fuck out of that.
I was like,
absolutely not.
God damn. That whole fucking.
So just to make sure, the people that they were interacting with were seniors in high school, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they were.
Mistakes.
Because
Mistakes. False. Wrong. Never do it.
the
No.
girl said we're 4
4 years,
years,
yeah.
which would make them at the end of it, which would put them at the
Yeah.
end of their senior year.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. That is not shit you do.
fucking
You do
God.
not put an 8th grader with a senior. They will fuck that 8th grader up. Jesus Christ. No.
No. I mean,
No.
they will fuck that 8th grader up if they're a shitty person. That kid was just a
What
shitty person.
senior in high school is not a shitty person? At
Let me think
minimum,
about that. Let me
it is a
think about that.
majority
Let me-
are shitty
Yeah,
people.
sure, a majority are shitty people.
Yeah.
Do you think we were shitty people as seniors?
Hell yes, we were.
Yeah,
Are
we
you
were-
kidding me?
Yeah, we were shitty people, yeah.
Jesus
Fuck,
Christ.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I
Shit.
never. Well, okay, wait. There's being shitty, and then there's trying to convince someone that's 4
That
years
is
younger than
different.
you to
But
take their shirt off.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about being around a senior when you're an 8th grader will fuck that person up.
I don't
Because
think so.
I
Not
think so.
necessarily.
Because seniors don't have filters.
Yeah,
And-
that's true.
Yeah. Just think about, okay,
Well, I
example. This
Okay,
could,
well, I
this could
guess-
count as an example.
ahead,
kind
yeah,
of.
go
So, junior year of high school for me,
Sure.
I was talking on the marching band bus after a football game or something.
To a freshman.
Just to Brett or whoever was
Okay.
listening.
All right.
And I was talking about a recent episode of Table Talk, which was a show that I watched online.
Okay.
And in that episode, one of the people joked about, hey, let's be sponsored by Fleshlight. So I was talking about, hey, this dude said they should be sponsored by Fleshlight.
Oh, and then Jacob Martinez.
And then Jacob Martinez was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, let's look up Fleshlight on the bus. And that was 2-year gap. Imagine a 4-year gap.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's pretty true. Well, I guess it's because I'm trying to think. I didn't really spend a lot of time with middle schoolers when I was a senior,
Neither did I. No one did.
and I don't. I mean, yeah, but even like, I'm trying to think of like the gaps, you know.
See,
And
and this is,
in my experience, most of like the big gaps have been pretty like okay. They've been pleasurable in a non-sexual way.
I work with a bunch of children.
Sure.
Duh.
Okay, yeah. Then it's different for you then.
So
Yeah.
obviously it's different in the position that I'm in, especially when I interact with said children.
Okay. So I agree with you that having a gap like that could potentially fuck a middle schooler up. I'm not going to say it
Especially
definitively
in
will.
that situation.
In that, sure, potentially in that situation. But there's being shitty, there's a gap that could fuck you up, and then there's like
what we saw.
Low-key being a child molester.
Not low-key.
That's
that
statutory
is being
rape.
A child molester.
That is statutory rape.
What
right
he
there,
did is being a child molester.
Statutory rape. Yeah. That was fucking.
So here's something that actually made me think a little bit at the end of this movie. So he was saying when they were all sitting together, the guy with the fucking pube beard.
Oh yeah, wasn't he? Wait, okay, yeah.
He was like, there's a huge gap between us and her.
Sure, yeah.
And the girl was like, no. She's in whatever argument she made. But I think that in the way that technology is advancing, the gap between us now and someone who is going to be a senior in high school now is much bigger than that of, let's say, a 10-year gap 20 years ago.
Well, no, definitely not. Not a 10-year gap. If you were to make the argument that a 4-year gap now from going into high school senior as us going, and between us going into like seniors in college, between another person who's about to be a senior in high school, if you're saying that gap would be a lot bigger than it was 10 years ago.
Yes. That's probably better said.
Yeah. Wait, did you mean like a 10-year gap?
No, I meant I
thought you meant like between the two people there was a 10-year gap.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh no, no. Okay, so just so we're clear, we're on the same page. We're about to be seniors in college.
So I'm saying someone.
So the gap between us and someone who's about to be a senior in high school.
I think an easier way to say this. The gap right now between a senior in college of 2018 and a senior of high school in 2018 is bigger in the mental sense than that of one who is a senior in college in 2008 and a senior in high school in 2008.
Sure, yeah, okay, that I agree with. Because the way you phrased it made me think that like it was like between the two people was like 10 years. Okay, yeah, that I agree with. But I mean, it's
because technology, let's be honest, is fucking everything up.
Yeah, it is fucking everything up.
Like, really fucking bad.
Yeah. But it's also like... Yeah, I mean, it is technology, but it's also the culture that technology is like...
But then again, was that culture created by technology?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think hype beasts would exist?
Without technology?
Yeah.
I think a lower sense. I think that, so when we were in fucking middle school and we read The Outsiders, right?
Yeah.
The greasers were the hype beasts of the 1950s.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah. It's just because the one thing, in the very beginning of the movie, you know that fucking douchey kid who asked if she was good at blowjobs and was like, oh, I only want you for your nudes. That kid, I remember the very first shot of him was him walking across, about to take his picture, and he was wearing a Golden State Warriors Steph Curry jersey. He was wearing a Nike basketball shorts. He was wearing socks and Nike sandals, and he had his haircut in
douchebag.
A douchebag sense. And I was just like, man, I fucking hate this kid. This kid's a fucking asshole.
He's a cucklord.
Yes, and so those people to us have always existed. You know, back in middle school, there were guys that were like that.
Yes.
And there were people who were, I guess, 7 years older than us at that point who would look at that kid and be like, oh, I fucking hate this dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just as we would.
Yeah.
So I would say, shit, I forgot what my point was.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. I was like, where are you going with this? Because I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I was going to saw some conclusion. So I guess going back to the point of whether on technology and the culture that it's changed, yes, it has changed, and it's become, shit, I keep losing my train of thought. Yeah, I agree with what you said. How technology has created a bigger gap mentally between me and someone who's about to go into their senior year of high school. Yes, that is due to technology, but I don't think it's entirely because of technology. I think technology is.
I think it is a heavy contributing factor.
A big majority contributing factor into it. Yeah, but in the same sense.
One question, what do you think those other contributing factors could be? Because the way that I see it is the gap is created by the media that is consumed by the people, obviously, and obviously how they were raised.
Sure.
Duh. But the thing is the way that they're consuming media, such as Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is all a part of the technology.
Sure.
I think the way that they communicate with each other is due to technology.
Sure.
So the way that I see it is most, if not all, of the reasons that
is because of technology.
Yes.
But could you also see? So, but there are also other people like us who were about to go into. I mean, I guess it's more of like a person per person thing, right?
Mm.
So if you looked at us when we were in high school, we were band nerds, you know.
Yes.
We only communicated like with each other. We were kind of, you know, the weird group of kids.
So how I am right now.
So basically how you are. You haven't changed at all.
I know I have changed. It's just I keep to my core values.
Yeah, sure. That's a very good way.
I just strengthen them.
But if you can't look at us and then look at someone who's like vastly like, you can't look at us and then compare us to somebody who like was in a different clique or a different group or someone we wouldn't normally have like talked with. So I think a better comparison would be to look at us now and then look at someone who was in band all 4 years, who was like a big band geek, and then is now about to go into college. You know, I think that's
senior year.
What?
Well, about to go in their senior year.
About to go into the senior year of high school. I think that's a better comparison than just looking at how we were as a generation to how we were as another generation. Actually, no, never mind. What I just said was bullshit. Because the whole argument is a generational thing and not a one-to-one comparison. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, still, I want to argue because the guy. That is a good point, and you are making valid points, and you are true in some sense. But I also feel like there are a lot of things that are still similar. You know,
well, there are always going to be constants in age groups. I mean, the idea in the movie where she was like, "Oh, I'm quiet, but I'm not quiet because I choose to be like that." That is like shit that I straight up said when I was probably around her age. Well, not probably around her age, because I was a overzealous asshole more so in 8th grade than I was throughout most of high school. That was more of a high school thing. That is also a now thing. But the thing is let me formulate my words before I say that.
Well, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that if we were to like, good example, our good friend Shane, right?
Yes.
Shane Bookney. So if we were, is that how you say his name? Bookney?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying if we were to hang out with him, or if we were to hang out with some of his friends and kind of talk with them, like, I think it would be, I mean, it wouldn't be as, no, I guess, shit, what I'm trying to say.
So here's something that I think.
Yeah.
I think that the reason that we can at least look at the younger generation and say there's a bigger gap between us and them in terms of maturity and all that kind of stuff
Is due to technology.
Well, not due to technology, as I was going to say, is because we can see it more so than people could 10 years ago.
Yeah.
People 10 years ago couldn't look and go on Instagram look at people's profiles and be like, oh, this person's a jackass, and they couldn't see someone who's sitting there flexing his like half ounce of muscle being like, go, just flexing, bro. I mean, that couldn't happen. People couldn't do that.
That is true.
Now we can do it more. So in addition to the gap being bigger, it could have been the same 10 years ago, but the thing is they didn't have the access or the ability to look and see, wow, this person's a jackass.
You're making a very good point. Honestly, like, there were some points in this movie that I was just like, shit, I think I'm going to delete, like, the YouTube app, and I think I'm going to, like, delete my Twitter and my Facebook from my phone just because I don't like
See, here's something.
I don't like... Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
No, I finished basically.
So here's something that's actually funny is this past week, since the work thing and all that kind of stuff, since I've boosted my productivity, I have actually ordered a little notebook from Amazon, and now I'm going to keep a tab on myself to check and see how much dumbass time am I spending on Instagram and Facebook and all that other shit.
Are you gonna time yourself?
Because I'm gonna log what I do during the day and give it give it some, not an exact, but some level of percent on how productive I was. How much shit did I actually get done during the day? Because I want to actually be able to get shit done now.
Okay.
Now that college is done, for me, for a year at least, I want to be able to
not waste it.
I want to be able to get the most done every day as possible. The past week, so to put it in perspective, during school, it was difficult for me to wake up at 9 o'clock to make it to my classes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I can't fucking get up.
Sure, yeah.
This past week, I have gotten up at 8 to 7:30 every single morning because there is shit that I'm like, I want to get this done. I need to get this done.
Right.
And with school, I was like, I don't want to go, so I just kept fucking sleeping.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a very, very good, powerful, and positive thing.
And I hope to God that I can maintain it.
Why did you order the thing from Amazon? You could go to CVS and get that, or you go to a Target or a Walmart.
Because it's cheaper on Amazon.
Is it really?
Yeah. You know what's funny actually is when I went to go see Jaws 3D with Duhan, we went into Half Price Books,
yeah.
And we were looking at some of the Blu-rays, and he's like, I just ordered this on Amazon. Cheaper on Amazon. And he's like, yeah, I just ordered everything on Amazon now. You dickhead!
Yeah, that's my bad.
No, not you. That fucking jackass.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I still haven't, like, found a good spot to park at your new house. Because, like, at your previous house,
looks like
I would always park,
the whole block.
I would always park, like, at that street, right? And then at your house before that, I would always park, like, on the opposite side of the street, parallel, you know? But now I'm still experimenting, you know? But yeah. But then, I mean, yeah, because it's definitely it's a lot easier to get up and do things if you want to do them, you know? Yeah. And then it's a lot harder if you feel like you have to do them, or if you're not getting any enjoyment out of them. Yeah. But how? So are you really just gonna, like, log everything that you do at all times?
Not at all times. I'm gonna, like, wake up time.
Okay.
Start with wake up time, obviously.
Sure.
Then end. So, like, wake up time. This. Then I'll say finished eating, showering, getting ready at this time.
Okay.
Then, like, read book or drive and do this or whatever from this time to this time. Go to work this time to this time.
Okay.
Go to bed this time. What I did between getting off work and going to bed.
Right.
Something like that. Right. I don't have it all completely thought out, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience. Yeah.
You know, I think I actually am gonna, like, delete my Facebook and Twitter.
I did delete Facebook off my phone.
Really?
Not a while back, actually. The only reason I re-downloaded it was because a bunch of Taekwondo people, we got a group message together, and that's a valid reason.
Well, I mean, there's a Messenger app. You can just have that and then not have the Facebook app.
I know, but I'm also in charge of our school's Facebook page. So
okay, all right.
I have to do that too.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think I actually am gonna do that. Yeah. Maybe I'll start out for, like, a week and just see how it goes.
And I would say don't delete all of them at the same time.
Yeah, have at least one thing, have at least one medium to like distract myself with.
Well, not necessarily distract yourself with. Hopefully I don't hit your phone.
I mean, if you do, It doesn't fucking matter.
I'm not parked yet. Beep, 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 beep,
Okay.
beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. I hope that bitch behind me gets closed in. Fuck you. Done.
I mean, yeah, but there's a potential possibility that if he gets closed in and he's trying to back out, he could hit your car.
I'll punch him in his big penis.
Right, but he could also just drive away.
So what would you do if the shooter came here? I'd fuck him up, man.
Fucking well, I'd elbow
fuck
him in
him
the
up.
face.
Fuck
I wouldn't be a pussy and sit under a desk about it. Fucking.
Look at my big penis. Ooh. I hate everything so much.
Oh, Jesus. Middle schoolers are shit.
Dude, I teach some of them, and some of the stuff they say, I look at them, and straight up, I'm like, don't say that again, because it makes you sound dumb.
Like what? Do you have an example?
Dabbing. Done. Argument made. Do you want me to punch you in the dick?
No, not really.
You do realize you're still in my car. I could
I
just drive
dabbed.
somewhere else.
I just dabbed a bunch of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that was. How do you turn? Okay, there you go. That was Draft House Drive, and everything sucks in middle school is shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Done.